Okay, so this is for Leslie, and I'm talking to Sheila, who knows everything about everything on Foula. And I was asking her about the pony that you saw that I showed you a picture of on the hill, Leslie. And she's now going to tell you all about this pony. And Sheila, you asked me what colour the pony was, and I said it was dark bay.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
We're having an interview. We're keeping 2 metres apart.
Right.
We're keeping 2 metres apart. It started raining, so we went into the car.
Okay.
It's just wondering.
And Sheila tells me that when I said it was a mare, she was a little bit lame and she was dark bay. She said that it was Penny, and it's your daughter's.
Yes. And her name's Firefly, and we name our foals alphabetically as we go along, and so she'll be FGHIJKLMNOBQRSTUVWXYZ. She's 21, so she's getting on in years, and she's been lame this last 2 or 3 years, but she's used to being on the hill most of her life. She's been on the hill, it'll be for 17 years, and so to take her in and keep her on the croft and around the house, she wouldn't be happy away from where she's used to being. But Penny actually takes her in the winter when the weather's bad and keeps her down there where she can keep an eye on her. But generally speaking, when they come old, they are much happier living how they used to living. And if you take them in and shut them in, some of them, they'll just pace up and down around the fence trying to get out again. And some of them come really quite dejected and won't eat well and so on. So you have to decide whether you're being kind to them, shutting them in on the croft, away from all their friends and relatives, as it was, or whether they're better to be out on the hill, living a harder life, but happy with being in the herd. But the reason why she's been on her own probably is the herd has gone off somewhere and left her, and she's not wanted to go after them because she's lame, and she's just stayed behind. But I'm sure they'll be back there in a few days because they roam round and round wherever they want, and partly it depends on the direction of wind as to where they go.
Really?
Things like where the midges are bad and so on, they do move about quite a lot.
And you were saying that the Shetlands are before they're even allowed to go on the hill, they spend the first
3 years.
3 years around the house.
Around the house, being, as it was, almost human beings, being treated like children, I suppose, or how you'd train your dog. They have to learn to allow you to do all the things you might need to do, like lift up their feet and have their hooves trimmed and have their teeth looked at and so on and so forth, and to obey you without any arguments, as it was. They have to be totally obedient to going where you want them to go. Otherwise you wouldn't manage them with them living out on the hill wild.
No.
After a few months they'd be totally wild if you hadn't got them properly bonded to you.
Mm-hmm. And and I can read your book to find out more rather than to waste your time with you having to repeat things now, but you do take the ponies off and sell them, and I can see a special crate to put them in when they go on the ferry. And do the Shetlanders don't like you bringing your Shetlands over? Do they have the same attitude to your Shetland ponies as they do to your sheep?
They did.
They did?
They did when we started up, yeah, quite a lot of them. But they've come used to it now because Penny's second generation, as it was, and they're used to the Foula ponies now, so I don't think they resent us anymore, but to begin with, yeah.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
You better not publish that.